Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Okay, so I must mention yet again, thank you for giving so much love to this channel. And if you are new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. Again, it really helps me out a lot. This video is going to be a different sort of video. It's going to be more fun and relaxed than my other videos. It's going to be a bit off topic and I really hope you like it. This is my list of top 5 movies that I recommend you should watch if you are interested in business, finance, consulting, or any of those things. Now the thing is that these are not like subject focused movies and you don't have to be interested in all of those things. You can still watch these movies if you're not interested. They're like legitimately just fun movies to watch and they're actually very insightful and I'm sure like they'll make you learn something in the process. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So number 5 on the list is Moneyball. This movie stars Brad Pitt, who I'm sure you know is one of the biggest Hollywood A-listers out there. Basically, it's about the general manager of a baseball team in the US that is not doing very well. They don't have a lot of money to pay good salaries to their players, which I'm sure, as you know, determines the quality of players who are selected in a team, just like in IPL. And basically nothing is going right in his life when it comes to his professional career as the manager of this team. This is when he happens upon Jonah Hill, who is also in the movie, who is an Ivy League graduate and is using this statistical approach to get the best players to put a team together. And that is where things start changing. Again, you have to see the movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's about using things to your advantage at the correct time to come up with something absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so Moneyball is number 5 on my list. Okay, so coming in at number 4 is The Wolf of Wall Street. Now, I'm sure that everyone has heard of it. It came out in 2013 and was one of the biggest movies of its time. Its box office was also crazy. I remember it even 8 years back. It was absolutely amazing to see it everywhere, all over the place. And if you haven't watched it, definitely go ahead and watch it. And if it's been some time since you last watched it, go and watch it again. It's absolutely amazing. It follows the story of a small stockbroker from Staten Island in New York who ends up having his own brokerage firm. And what happens after that is absolutely crazy. Somehow Jonah Hill is involved all over again. He's again the financial expert in this movie and helps take DiCaprio's character's firm to the next level. Now there is a lot of like fraud and illegal activities that go on in the movie, which basically means that there's going to be legal trouble for the big brokerage firm. It's an extremely exaggerated version of what working on Wall Street was like in the 80s and 90s. And if you know the story of Icarus, who was like a mythical character who flew too close to the sun, it captures that entire scenario really well. It is a proper insight of knowing when to stop. And yeah, I think knowing where to stop is in general good life advice. And yeah, it's an overall fun movie to watch. Like I said, one of the biggest movies of its time. So yeah, that's my number 4 on the list. Okay, so number 3 on the list is The Social Network. It stars Jesse Eisenberg, who is one of my all-time favorite actors from Hollywood. Jesse Eisenberg plays Mark Zuckerberg, who, as we all know, is the founder of Facebook. And The Social Network is actually the story of Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg was a college student at Harvard who came up with a small social networking idea which turned into Facebook. This movie takes you through the formative years of Facebook and what it was like to be Mark Zuckerberg in that time. It also covers the lawsuits that Mark Zuckerberg had to face, one by his closest friends and then another one by 2 of his college mates at Harvard. One accused him of fraud and the other one accused him of stealing their idea. It's the story of how a billionaire is made and it's definitely one of the movies I would recommend to budding entrepreneurs. Yeah, so like I said, it's one of my all-time favorite movies. I'm actually pretty sure that I end up watching it once every year, mostly because of Jesse Eisenberg, but also because of the story behind it. It's absolutely amazing. Just to give you an idea of how dramatic it is, it's a story of how Facebook started from a small college campus idea and went all the way through lawsuits and deceit, maybe even what was allegedly fraud in some cases, to what is now in 2021 almost a $900 billion company. On the poster of this movie, which is right here, it says, "You don't get to 500 million friends without making a few enemies." And that should give you an idea of how shrewd of a businessman Mark Zuckerberg really is. So yeah, go ahead and watch it. Again, like I said, one of my favorite movies of all time. Okay, so number 2 on this list is The Big Short. It's a movie based on the 2008 financial crisis in America. And it's like one of those movies where every finance enthusiast in this entire world, I'm sure, has heard of it and has watched it. And you don't even have to be like a finance enthusiast. Most people I know have watched this movie. It's that good. It stars so many Hollywood A-listers like Christian Bale, Ryan Gosling, Brad Pitt, and one of my all-time favorite actors, Steve Carell, aka Michael Scott from The Office. Basically, the 2008 financial crisis was such a convoluted, complicated thing, and a lot of people didn't realize what happened. This story is about a group of people who could kind of see what was going to happen and started betting against the housing market, resulting in big fortunes for them. And that's actually a great movie if you just want to learn more about the 2008 financial crisis. They go, I would say, more than surface level into it. And yeah, it's just a fun way to learn more about what really happened in 2008 that shocked the world by shocking the housing market of America. It gives you an insight into what forward thinking really looks like, and basically the power of knowledge that comes in handy in any field possible. So yeah, definitely one of the best movies. Go ahead and watch it right now. I can't recommend it anymore. Now for some honorable mentions. These are the movies that couldn't make it to this list, but again are some of the must-watch movies. You should definitely check them out. These are The Inside Job, The Pursuit of Happiness, and The Intern. Now it was tough to decide which movie should come at number 1 between Big Short and this movie, but ultimately I decided that this is a movie that I can literally watch at any point of time. It is The Founder. It stars again one of the biggest Hollywood names. Michael Keaton is in this movie, and Nick Offerman, again one of my favorite actors, also known as Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec. It is basically the story of McDonald's and how a small salesman was able to take a small restaurant from California and turn it into one of the biggest restaurant chains in the entire world. It's really, really nice. And the undertone of this movie is that there is really no substitute for pure hard work. I think it has a lesson for all of us and is a must watch. I absolutely cannot recommend this movie more. In fact, so much so that I actually think you should just switch on your laptop right now and just watch it. It's absolutely amazing. So yeah, that was basically it. That was my top 5 movies that you should definitely watch. And I think all of them have really valuable lessons for you, irrespective of your age or where you are in your career. If you have watched all these movies, do make sure to let me know in the comments below. If you have any movie recommendations, put them down in the comments below. I'll definitely check them out. I know this was a bit of a different video. I wanted to make a fun, chill video and then get back to what I usually make. So yeah, when it comes to that, also let me know in the comments what you want me to make videos about. I'll definitely try and focus on those things much more. And yeah, with that, that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.